Hello guys and girls and welcome back. It's your boy Big John, that's at the bottom of the screen if you like to listen to my music. So is all the relevant information I'll be speaking about in this video. And today what we're going to be doing is going over episode 2 of my questions and answers. Yes, I have told people if you'd like to hit me up on any one of my social platforms, that could be Discord, it could be YouTube, it can also be a direct message in Instagram. If you hit me up in any one of those, what I'm actually going to be doing is answering your questions and making a video on it so you can have a nice explanation about whatever you're trying to find out. With all of that being said, let's head straight over into the video.
Starting from the bottom like Drake, got that young moolah but I learned my mistakes. Climbing up the ladder, gotta watch out for the snakes. If you wanna be the boss, then you have to delegate.
Okay, so this is a section in my Discord called YouTube Ideas where you can actually, put your question in here. If I can't answer it directly, then what I will do, like I said, is I'll make a video on it. And this is from this user over here. This user actually asked how to calculate stop loss in pips as the trader is unable to find a calculator to do so. Also, what they have asked is how far back do you need to go in a chart when you're looking for analysis in terms of when you're doing your support and resistance levels. So I'm going to try and answer both of those questions in this video, and I hope it helps them out. If you're trying to find out how far back you actually need to go in terms of drawing your support and resistance, well, there is two factors you need to look at. One is the market in a consolidation state, or two is the market in a trending state. Now we can see on the monthly time frame here that AUD USD, which is Australian dollar US dollar, is in a consolidation phase on the monthly time frame. So therefore, if it's like this, we can see that it takes a month for price action to get, from one high, let's just say, to one low. So we don't have to worry about everything that's going on over here at the moment. We just need to look at the immediate price action here, which might be, going back about 3 to 6 months. So we can see we could have just been here to down here or wherever it stopped. And then what we can actually do is go down to our weekly, daily, 4-hour and 1-hour time frame and draw our miniature support and resistance in between these zones. So that's how far back you need to go if on the monthly time frame the trading instrument you're looking at is consolidated. Now let's head over to another pair that's trending. So this one will be a bit different. As you can see, GBP JPY has been trending for a long period of time. So we don't need to have our support and resistance levels down here or up here on the monthly time frame, because this has taken years for price action to get towards these levels. So we need to look at where price action is now, and we can see price action is very high at the moment. But because price action is quite high, there isn't a lot of support and resistance over here. There's a massive void left on the chart here. You might need to go back a few years so you can see where the next levels of support and resistance is. There is levels of resistance here, and then there's another level up here. So this is what happens when the chart is trending. You need to go back maybe a few more years in order for you to find key levels in the market. Of course, you're still going to go down to your lower time frames and try and figure out, where your daily, weekly, 4-hour, hour support and resistance levels are as well. But this is what you want to do. It's all based on if the market on the monthly time frame is consolidated or if it's trending. So you need to establish that first before you figure out how far back you need to go in order to draw your support and resistance levels. Okay, now let's go over to the question about stop losses. Okay, so I'm on AUD USD at the moment, and the first thing I want to do is figure out where my take profit level might be. So I'm going to just go to my short tool on TradingView. I've got this on my hotkeys down here, and what I'm going to do is just draw up from where price action, let's just say, is at the moment, and I'm going to see where I'd like to have a take profit level. So I can already see here I could have a take profit level in this daily support. For a better cause, I'm going to try and have a take profit level down here. Now, in order for this trade to be a 1 to 2 trade, as you can already see, this is a 1 to 2 risk to reward. It's already told me my stop loss needs to be up here, which is 85 pips. So you can see here I've got an 85 pip stop loss and I've got 171 pip trade towards my take profit level. So this is how you'd be able to see your stop loss if you use the short and long tool on TradingView based off of your key levels. If you need to know how to draw these key levels, please check the video that will pop up right now. And in that video, I'll show you how to draw all these key levels. So this is what you want to do. You want to work out your take profit first, and then from your take profit level, it will give you wherever your stop loss is, as long as the risk to reward ratio minimum is on a 2, and it can go up to a 4 if you want it. You can just move it a bit more, and now all of a sudden I've got a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio trade. Now here's another way of how you can also work out your stop loss by using a calculator. If I knew my take profit was going to be 171 pips, we can see now that's $17 I'd make off of that trade. My stop loss would just have to be half of this. So if I was to just take away half of this actual number, which is around about 85 pips, already it's telling me how much my stop loss would be in terms of the value I would be losing in this trade. So you could just do that. Whatever you do set your take profit to, if it's 1 to 2, you can split it in half. If it's 1 to 4, you can split this number by 4 and so on. So you could do that as well if you are going to use this pip calculator. One thing I have noticed is that this pip calculator works well with a 1 to 500 leverage account. I'm not too sure about 1 to 100 and different leverage size accounts, but this is what the third example is going to be for, and it's how I personally trade. Okay, I'm on MT4 now, and let's just say I wanted to take this trade at a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So you can see the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to find out where my take profit level is. So if I want to make, $280, let's just say on this trade, now what I'm going to do is take my 0.01 at first, and I'm going to move that up so it comes up to 2.80 cents. So we can see up here that this is 2.80 cents basically. If I move a 0.10 up here and enter the trade, that would be $28. And if I was to use a 2.0, it would be around about $280 as well. So, of course, if it's a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, I'm going to do the same thing when it comes to my stop loss. But let's just move this first. So you can see this is my 0.10. And if you pay attention to the left of the screen, you can see it's just come up to around about $28 if I move it there. And now if I was to move my 1.0, the actual trade I wanted to take, you can see here straight away, it is $280. So of course I wouldn't have entered the 0.10. I would have just entered 0.01, and then that would have been $2.80. So I would have known if I enter a 1.0 at that same area, it would have been $280. My stop loss would have to be 1.14 cents, or it would have to be $140 loss. The stop loss is 1.14 cents in terms of how much I would lose. But let's move my 1.0 entry, which would be here. And if I move that here, look at the left of the screen, you can see I'd be losing $140 in this trade. So now this is a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio trade. And that is literally how I use MT4 to work out any type of trades I'm taking, because it will automatically work out the leverage on the account I'm already signed in with. It will work out the weight on the currency pair for me, whatever I'm trading. You will notice that if we was to trade AUD USD and let's say we was losing 8.50 cents, but then we moved over to AUD New Zealand with the same pips, you can see now it's 5.48. So as I tell people a lot of the time, every trading instrument has its own weight in terms of how much it actually costs when you're trading the pair. So I hope this helps you guys and girls. You can hit me up on YouTube, you can hit me up on Instagram, you can hit me up on Telegram, and you can hit me up on Discord, whichever floats your boat. So with all of that being said, guys and girls, I hope you have a lovely and beautiful day. And on that note, peace.
Started from the bottom like Drake. Got that young moolah, but I learned my mistakes. Climbing up the ladder, gotta watch out for the snakes. If you wanna be the boss, then you have to delegate.